Delta Flight 15 was 5 hours out of Frankfurt over the North Atlantic on its way to New York when its pilot received an urgent message that read, "All airways over the continental United States are closed to commercial air traffic. Land ASAP at the nearest airport. Advise your destination." No one knew what this could mean, only that it was a serious situation. The nearest airport was 400 miles behind, in Gander, Newfoundland. Approval was requested from Canadian Traffic Control, and it was granted. 40 minutes later, Delta Flight 15 landed in Gander, along with 52 other airplanes from all over the world. The date was Tuesday, September 11th, 2001. Back then, the town of Gander had a population of 10,400 people. There were 10,500 passengers on the airplanes that were forced to land at the tiny airport. The passengers had to remain on board the plane all that day and through the night, and did not deplane until 11 a.m. the next morning. They were not happy, but they were resigned to the news without much grumbling. Gander and all the surrounding communities within about 75 kilometers closed all high schools, meeting halls, lodges, and all other large gathering places. They converted all of them to mass lodging areas for the stranded travelers. Some had cots set up. Some had mats with sleeping bags and pillows. All high school students were required to volunteer their time to take care of their guests. The 218 passengers from Delta Flight 15 ended up in a tiny town called Lewisport, about 45 miles from Gander, where they were put up in a high school. Families were kept together. All elderly passengers were taken to private homes. Phone calls and emails to the U.S. and around the world were available to everyone once a day. Passengers were offered excursions. Some went on boat cruises of the nearby lakes and harbors. Some went for hikes in the nearby forests. Local bakeries stayed open to make fresh bread for their guests. Food was prepared by residents and brought to the school. People were driven to restaurants of their choice and offered wonderful meals. Everyone was given tokens for local laundromats to wash their clothes, since luggage was still on the aircraft. And when they were told that U.S. airports had reopened, they were delivered back to the airports right on time and without a single passenger being late or being missing. When the passengers came on board, it was like they had been on a cruise. Everyone knew everyone by name. They swapped the stories of their stay. They had totally bonded, exchanging phone numbers, addresses, and emails. And then a very unusual thing happened. One of the passengers asked if he could make an announcement over the public address system. He reminded his fellow passengers what they had gone through over the last few days, and he spoke about the hospitality that they had received at the hands of total strangers. He said he would like to do something in return for the good folks of Lewisport. He proposed setting up a special trust fund under the name of Delta 15. The purpose of the trust fund would be to provide college scholarships for the high school students of Lewisport. He asked for donations from his fellow travelers. And when the paper with the donations came back, the total was for more than $14,000. The gentleman, a doctor from Virginia, said that he would match that donation and would start the administrative work on the scholarship fund right away. He said he would also forward the proposal to Delta Corporate and ask them to make a donation as well. The trust fund has grown over the years to more than $1.5 million and has assisted over 200 high school students with their college education. It feels good to share this story because we need good stories like this. People in a faraway place were kind to a bunch of strangers who literally just dropped in on them. It reminds us that in spite of some really awful things that are going on in today's world, that there are still a lot of good and generous people out there. And that when things get bad, they step forward to help. I'm Larry Johnson. Until next month, stay well.